Let's go live to Calgary now, and the mayor updating us on the water main repairs there.
And today we are at that threshold. Yesterday we used 480 million liters of water. That is the threshold. While we reduced our water use slightly from the day before, we simply have to do more. We do not have access to the majority of our water supply until this feeder main can be restored to its full function. And I am worried about our city and our surrounding municipalities. If our water usage continues to trend up and our water supply can't keep up, the taps will run dry at some point. And for those who want a definitive timeline of when that could happen, the only answer is that the more water we use, the sooner those taps run dry. You and I, we cannot give up on our conservation efforts right now. We need to do better, and we need to use less water, plain and simple. Now, yesterday, I asked you on social media to give me your ideas on saving water, and I had a chance to speak with many of you at community events. There were some popular ideas, things that you are all doing. You said you don't need to keep the tap on while you're brushing your teeth or while you're shaving. You said if you can't see out of your vehicle's windows or if the headlights or tail lights are dirty, you don't need to wash your car. You can use a rag and wipe them off, or better yet, when you're fueling up, use the squeegee at the gas station. You said you don't need to flush the toilet every time you use it. Don't wash dishes until the dishwasher is absolutely crammed full. And don't think that hand washing is going to conserve any water. It's actually more water efficient to use your dishwasher if you have one. Be selective in the clothing that you need to wash. Wash your essentials only. And if you need to change your bedding, use the spare sheets, use the guest sheets. Don't do that load if you don't need to. And if you're not loving the dwindling look of your hair, grab some dry shampoo at the drugstore, throw it up in a ponytail, and you can skip a shave and rock a beard. We're in water conservation mode, everyone. No one is judging how you look, no one is judging how clean your floors are, and no one is judging how shiny your car or your truck look right now. Why do we need to save water? Imagine what would happen if your neighbor down the street, the one who's got a newborn, looking to sanitize baby bottles, turned on the tap and nothing came out. I want you to imagine a hospital looking to wash patient bedding, and they had no water. You can imagine how catastrophic that would be. And imagine if a nurse or doctor in that same hospital couldn't wash their hands to get in for surgery. Now, worst of all, imagine if there was a house fire and the hydrants had no flow. These are all possible situations if we don't cut back on our water use until the feeder main work is done. Now, right now, we are not restricting indoor water use. We are providing you with suggestions, and we are counting on your goodwill to reduce your indoor water use. But if we can't do our part by banding together, there may be some restrictions that come into place. We don't know what that looks like. I really don't want to get to that stage. And you're not in this alone. 1 out of every 3 liters that we're using in the city when it comes to water is used by commercial customers, and you've had questions about their usage. I can tell you that more than 700 of the city's top commercial water users have been contacted directly, and they're doing everything they can to reduce their water use. Within the city of Calgary, our operations have also cut down on our water use. We have heard complaints that city golf courses are still watering their greens, and we've heard that water trucks are still out watering trees. And this is true. But the water that's being used is not the water coming out of the treatment plant. It is non-potable or recycled water, if we can use that language. It's not fit for human consumption. So that's what's used to keep up the greens. And our city crews and contractors are also using the same non-potable water to ensure that the 500 newly planted trees in the city are getting what they need. And you can do similar things on your properties, especially with the forecast calling for a lot of rain this weekend. If you've got rain barrels, use those. And if you don't, use big Rubbermaid tubs, use the kiddie pool, use any containers that you have, put them out in the rain and collect that rainwater so you can use it for things like your garden on the days that it's not raining, and you can use it for uses where you don't need clean drinking water. Now, that rain is a really good thing, and I want to remind everyone that your indoor plants can also be placed outdoors so they can benefit from that moisture. If you are considering taking a bucket down to the river, I am strongly urging you not to do that. You could put yourself in a safety risk. You could fall in. Please don't collect water from the river. I have also heard very clearly, I have to do restrictions, but car washes are still operating. Let me tell you this, under the stage 4 outdoor water restrictions that we are in, outdoor car washes are completely shut down. Indoor car washes remain open because they recycle the vast majority of the water that they use, about 85%. But again, unless you need to for safety reasons, please don't wash your car. I can't tell you enough times. You don't need to wash your car right now. Consider it a sign of solidarity that we all have dirty vehicles at this point in time. Car washes being open is one thing, but going to the car wash is also something that you can control. With those stage 4 outdoor water restrictions, all outdoor water use, including commercial car washes or washing your car on the driveway, is not allowed. And remember, we are also under a fire ban. This also applies to propane and gas fire pits that you may have. We have to be smart with our water uses. And I have to tell you, Calgary is not the only community that is exercising water discipline. We have partners in Airdrie, Strathmore, Chestermere, and Tsuut'ina Nation, and all of them have imposed the same restrictions. They are under the same water advisory. We all need to help each other out to make sure none of our communities run out of water. We really are in this together.